Philippines, the Queen City of the South. At present, I am the president of Cebu International Distance Education College, in which we offer courses from the elementary up to college. Our basic education is already recognized and accredited by our government, and for the programs in college, we only offer 4 programs and are already recognized by our government of the Philippines. Now, with all the things that I have heard since the beginning, I just want to share my thoughts because it all concerns about the changing dynamics of higher education in a globalized content, envisioning strategies for the future. To every educator, it is our commitment to educate individuals for a better life. Despite of globalization challenges we are facing now, that opens wide variety of global opportunities, international employment, export and imports, information and technology transfer, the effects in education that changes the learning system across the world as ideas, values, and knowledge that changes the rules of students and teachers and producing change in society from the industrialization toward an information-based society that makes educators rethink the globalization challenges, not only how much education is needed, but also its ultimate purpose. Higher education is like a doctor. It cares and cures the threat of globalization, outsourcing and income inequality, and no matter how well we are educated, global competition and rapidly changing technology is having adverse effects on the country's labor force and international impact on educational practices on higher education. For it has influenced the educational philosophy and classroom practices all over the world. Now, education in the present globalization condition is pressured with a lot of expectation in bringing up an individual to be suitable and flexible in different functions of different orientations. Globalization open worldwide opportunities and benefits, especially to the developing countries and its relation to education as discussed among politicians, philosophers, scholars, educators, and students throughout the world. But realities of globalization, like wide and greater competition, pressure of innovation, worldwide market and production, cultural and environmental concerns, resulted in awareness that knowledge society, those who constantly develop new ideas, technologies, methods, products, and services are crucial for future prosperity. Thus, greater demands for educators in universities, colleges, and skills education to develop entrepreneurial cultures that are international in scope, in creation, for transfer and use of knowledge is ongoing and evolving in a growing competition among schools and compelled academic leaders to seek unique ways to differentiate their program from others' program. Many schools in developing countries like Philippines, teaching and learning is narrowly local, failing to teach adequately for a world of global interconnectedness. wherein the context of globalization, the curriculum enhancement is needed on how it uniquely spans the cultural, economic, and interpersonal dimension of global relations. The need to recognize their transformative power and capacity to respond to contemporary global changes as globalization reshapes the context of education in this fast-changing world of environment of learning. Seeking to understand the global changes helps integrate the world into extensive system. In fact, in the recent development of information and communication technologies, it defies traditional boundaries of knowledge production and exchange, which resulted in a major shift towards international integration of products and market. Educational institutions must become engaged in global processes and global environment for international competition and technological change, with a workplace that is more integrated, more developed, and requiring high levels of cognitive and communication skills. In the new context of globalization, changing boundaries of nationhood, geography, and identity become fluid and shifting. These experiences comes partly from increasing exposure to cultural diversity through the influence of international news and media, information and communication technologies, as well as personal and employment mobility, and the increase in cultural globalization, which are experiences as pressure towards a resurgence of localized cultural identities, as well as the development of globalized cultural practice. Thus, defining global context must highlight cultural aspects of economic relations and the need to develop products that are responsive to local needs, values, and tradition. So in terms of internationalization of curriculum, educational institutions must provide students with skills of inquiry and analysis rather than facts about globalization, so that students can develop questioning skills to be able to identify the sources of knowledge, assess claims of its validity and legitimacy, examine its local relevance and significance, determine its uses and application, and speculate how it might be challenged and refuted. So, these dynamic challenges of educators in this globalized environment until now has to be solved. Thank you.